within you. It all starts with the power to change your life. You are the creator of your reality. And today we're going to talk about how to tap into that incredible power within you. It all starts with two simple words: relax and trust. Think about it. How often do we spend our days rushing around, stressed out, worried about what might happen? We're constantly on edge, trying to control everything around us. But what if I told you that the key to getting everything you want is actually to let go? That's right. The secret to manifesting your desires, to creating the life of your dreams, is to relax and trust. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it's a profound truth that can transform your entire existence. When you relax, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Your mind becomes clear, your body becomes calm, and you create space for miracles to happen. And when you trust, you align yourself with the natural flow of life. You stop fighting against the current and start moving with it. When here's the really exciting part: when you combine relaxation and trust with expectation, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to see results, not in some distant future, but right here, right now, today. So many of us have been conditioned to believe that change takes time, that we need to work hard, struggle, and suffer before we can achieve our goals. But what if I told you that's not true? What if I told you that you can expect miracles to happen the same day you set your intention? It might sound too good to be true, but I've seen it happen time and time again. I've witnessed people heal from chronic illnesses, manifest their dream jobs, find their soulmate.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here with the fam. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great week so far. This has been an extremely powerful, productive, very, very inspiring past couple of days. Just getting around a bunch of like-minded individuals. We had some of the squad take a drive down from all over. It's always good to see everybody. We are working on some huge things in the works coming into the second half of 2024. So I already know this is going to be one to remember. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into today. We actually got to check out. So I'm going to keep this super short and sweet. Shane and Talina, it's good to see you. So today, fam, I actually just grabbed this book personally from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Brian Carruthers. And this is actually another one of his bestsellers, right? It's called Untrapped Freedom Manifesto. And today I want to give you guys a couple pieces, not just from this book, but a couple tips that he's been able to give us kind of one-on-one on a couple of FaceTimes that we've been able to get over these past couple of days, literally breaking records with Mr. Carruthers. So I want to share a little piece of what we've been able to learn to go ahead and pour back into the fam. So with no further ado, let me go ahead and get live on IG. And today's topic is going to be success is just like popcorn. Sometimes you got to leave it in long enough to actually make something happen. So here we go. Let me get live on IG and let's get today started. Today is going to be a good one. This month is filled with a lot of breakthroughs, abundance, and more blessings. So here we go. Boom. Success is like popcorn. It's a good one. Bang. Here we go. IG. Happy Monday. Fresh start to the week. It's good to see everybody. So grateful to be alive. Grateful. Yes, grateful for each of you, grateful for this community, so grateful for God, grateful to be able to learn, to be able to get up, to be able to grow, to be able to get 1% better and continue to climb the mountain, right? They always say the wolf that's climbing the mountain is always hungrier than the wolf on top of the mountain. So I love the journey. I love the process, and we're just getting started. So here we go. Let's get into it. So Brian Carruthers, he wrote this phenomenal book. If you guys don't know who this is probably one of the godfathers of this industry. He's kind of like your mentor's mentor. And he has three pretty famous books. Number one is going to be Building an Empire. Number two is going to be How I Made My First $10 Million. And one of his third great ones is actually this one right here. And I want to just give you guys a couple pieces from here so you can kind of get a little bit of his mindset. You can see why he's been in network marketing for literally over 25, 30 years, and he's been retired for the past almost 15 to 20. So it's safe to say this industry is absolutely magical. And here's what he talks about right here. Check this out. Take a screenshot. He says, people don't have the patience to build a business for 3 years, but they have the patience to go and work for somebody else for 40 years, right? Talk about perspective. Talk about really being able to look at life in a different lens. How many of you guys would be willing to spend the next 3 to 5 years going all in on our dreams to open up the next 40? Drop a 3 down below if that's you. Because this is the type of time that we're on right now. I believe we all have vehicles that can truly set us up for years and generations down the line. So here's what he talks about inside of here. I want to give you guys about 6 different pieces that he says reasons why people don't succeed. And the big piece that he talks about is just like popcorn. Whenever we make popcorn, and you guys, he said he has a famous speech, right? Brian Carruthers, when he was speaking on Eric Worre's GoPro stage, and his famous speech was he went on stage and he had a microwave and he would put popcorn in the microwave and he would turn it to like 2 seconds and open it. Turn it to like 7 seconds and open it. And he did that literally for like 2 minutes straight, right? And eventually people are like, yo, what are you doing? No conga today. We got nothing else. Had to get a little Polar Pop. But long story short, the popcorn's never going to be able to cook if we keep putting in for 2 seconds, 7 seconds, 15 seconds. It takes that long enough consistent period of time to allow the popcorn to be able to pop. Well, the same thing happens with success. I've been that type of person that's put in a little bit of effort here, waited a bit, and then put in a little bit more effort, or maybe been fired up. How many of you guys know somebody who's been fired up for a couple of days, and then after those couple of days goes by, it kind of seems like it fades? Just like the beginning of the year, right? We all know people with New Year's resolutions, and 2 weeks goes by, and all of a sudden those goals are out the window. This is like popcorn. To be able to stay consistent enough to hold ourselves in there and cook and let all of this energy stir up, now we can go ahead and pop off a little bit of greatness, but it takes staying consistent. And I noticed this at the very beginning of the journey. You know why? Because we were actually talking about with some people yesterday. The guy was like, man, I don't know why some people, it seems like they might not take me serious. And then I started going to his page. And I said, well, bro, you post a couple posts here, and then you take a hiatus for 3 weeks, and then you post something else. And I was like, bro, you're literally just like popcorn, right? It's like putting it in for 7 seconds. We take it out, and then we wait a little bit, and then we're like, oh, let's go put it back in for 5 seconds. Nothing's ever going to be able to cook like that. It takes having it consistent for a long enough period of time with enough heat to allow something to really happen. This is how this journey works. To be able to do the daily rituals. Here's another perfect example that he gave. He said, imagine an apple, right? The saying isn't go out and eat 7 apples for one day. The saying is, let's just eat 1 apple a day. Or even how about like the gym? The saying is not, let's go to the gym 7 times in one day. Shout out to Shane and Talina doing the 30-day hard challenge, knocking it out. Same thing. It's not about we're going to go crazy all these 30 workouts in one day. Let's just do two solid workouts once a day over the course of 30 days. And that compound effect is unreal as it starts to add up. Rand in the building. Mr. Bellencourt, it's good to see you, King. Love it. So let me give you guys a couple of fears of failures that Brian Carruthers talks about. The reason why people don't succeed, okay? The first 2 is going to be right here. The fear of failure, and also, believe it or not, the fear of success. People are just as afraid of becoming successful, believe it or not, as they are fearful to go and get that success as well. And this is something we all deal with. We're all afraid of what other people think. We all are worried about somebody else's opinion until you finally get to a point where you stop caring about what anybody else says, because we're not willing to switch cars, bank accounts, lifestyles. So I stopped accepting people's opinions that didn't have what I want a long time ago, okay? Here's the third piece that he talks about. And it's funny too, even the fear of success, that's actually one of my favorite quotes. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And I truly believe that. That is a big one that a lot of us struggle with. And here's number 3. The 3, 4, and 5 that he talks about. 3 is the fear of being too busy. Okay. The next one is going to be the fear that it won't go as planned. And number 3 is going to be the fear of rejection. So when you look at most people that are afraid to keep their popcorn in the microwave, a lot of times it comes down to a couple of these. The fear of being too busy. People are afraid to go ahead and fill up their calendar. They're afraid to go ahead and really mark up their agenda for the week, doing it the night before, because some individuals, they're scared of having clarity because they know once they have clarity, now we have to back it up with the action. Because it's one thing to know, it's a whole nother thing to be able to do, right? And number two, the fear of rejection. Again, a lot of us are afraid of what somebody else thinks. A lot of us are worried about what somebody can go in and comment on our post. But when you realize that with a vision, with the right team, with the right community and massive action, doesn't matter what anybody else says. Their opinion is relevant. And the last piece that he talks about is that we all have a fear that things won't go as planned. And it's funny enough because Kevin Trudeau talks about it all the time. We don't need to know the how. We don't need to know exactly how it is that we're going to get there. As long as we have a system, we have a blueprint, and we're running the play. In my mind, it's just a matter of time before all these amazing things begin to go ahead and manifest into reality. And the last four that Brian Carruthers talks about why most people end up taking their popcorn out of the microwave too early is because of these last four fears right here. The fear of leaving the pack and having to go and do it alone, the fear that we won't be good at it, the fear of letting go of a steady paycheck, and the fear of learning something new. Think about it. At the beginning of my journey, nobody could see what I saw. I'm bringing up trading. I'm bringing up travel. I'm bringing up manifesting goals and visions. And my friends are like, bro, you're sitting here living out of your car. You're $30,000 in debt. There's no way you're going to be able to make that type of impact. So at the beginning, it is a little bit lonely. Shedding the fat, cutting off those who are not conducive to our growth and getting that new circle. So it is a little bit scary being alone. The second part that he talks about, the fear of letting go of a steady paycheck. The difference here is nobody has to quit their job. Nobody has to see this opportunity and go ahead and run and dive all in full time right away. This is meant to do part-time. I was working 60 hours a week before, and I noticed that a lot of us, we work a 9 to 5, building somebody else's dreams, but a lot of us, we spend 5 to 9 not building our own dreams. And that was the biggest key that really changed the game. And the last two for today is the fear that we won't be good at it. We won't be good at it. From somebody that's played sports my entire life, I suffered really heavy from this one. I was like, man, I want to learn trading faster. I don't like looking at things and it doesn't make sense. But just like anything else, most of the time when we look at things that are new, it has a little learning curve. It's going to take time to go ahead and really understand the ins and understand the outs. But that's those that are willing to take the time, that are willing to learn new skills, is this. Watch, pay attention. I learned this a couple years ago. It's not the illiterate that cannot read or write. The new illiterate of the 21st century is those that cannot learn, unlearn, and then go and relearn something new, right? And the last but not least is going to be right here. Exactly that. The fear of learning something new. How many individuals do we know right now that are comfortable, that are used to just clocking in, that are used to their daily lifestyle, that are used to just living average? Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely okay. But I believe if you're tuning in, if you're on this call, we are all built for a lot more than just clocking into a job, paying bills, and calling it a life. So fam, these are the handful of fears that Brian talks about, So all of us can go ahead and allow our popcorn to be in there long enough to cook up some serious success. So fam, I'm excited. We just wrapped up literally a 5-day event up till 4 o'clock in the morning every single night. People flying in. One of my guys over here just drove all the way from ATL just to get around the circle, get some content, and really launch. So this is the time, fam, the summer. Let's go ahead and end the summer with a bang coming into September. Anything you guys need, we are here for you. We've got events that are rolling all over for people to get packed into, learn, share the information, and impact other families. So fam, with that being said, have a phenomenal day. Let's have a great week, a great rest of the month. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a great day, fam. Let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's grow.